actually 4 to 40 on 20 cents per hour.
Oh, I'm hearing a VTC signal come in here. Say the mattresses, we're getting new ones, but that's slow. Now, as far as Kandahar itself, it's like living in it's like working, if you're living in an overcrowded trailer park between an airport and the railroad tracks, and that's about what Kandahar's like. But Ken Davis just walked in also. Alright, so okay, you guys, what do you think?
As far as living conditions, or as far as living conditions are pretty tight, but if you ever, well, no, I guess I couldn't say that.
I'll give you some. Kandahar is better than Madden as far as bathroom. Whereas Madden, you have to go outside. You literally go outside, and the person next to you would bump into you. But here at Kandahar, it's like I take a shower while somebody else staring at me. So that's better. As far as the food, the different contractors, I didn't realize how different it is between contractors from one location to the next. So instead of getting steak and shrimp, you might get cheese and bologna. That's kind of the comparison where we used to get. So above all, the food is decent.
What Captain Davis is trying to say is the food is edible. It is edible, and it keeps us alive. So
3 meals a day all you can eat. I mean, if you like a lot of curry, then you're in luck. If you like a lot of fresh bread and cheese, you're in luck. They haven't quite figured out Mexican food, though. The sign said sour cream is actually mayonnaise with something else in it. But they're trying.
Like Cajun rice and regular rice are the same. One just has meat in it. Literally just, that's it. One just got hot dogs left and one doesn't. But overall, it's not bad. I've been in worse conditions, so I really can't complain. Internet and the ability to talk is a lot better. The lag isn't when you talk on a voice. Even talking about you've got a smartphone, you can actually use your smartphone to call home, which is like pennies to the minute. And it's free if they call you. Other than that, it's not too bad, but the best time to talk is between 2 a.m. and maybe 4 a.m. while everybody's asleep. If you miss that time, it's kind of slow. It's like a lag, like you hear an echo when the person talks. But other than that, you may do, I see a lot of people doing FaceTime and Skype, and they roll Vallejo or OV or something. So anyway, yeah, you can actually see that person. So I really haven't gotten into that yet, but
That's about $100 a month for that connection. It'll support that.
that's correct.
$100 a month. Can't get around it.
Any questions? Any
You
comments?
asked about the training. You guys still there?
We're still here, sir.
Okay. You asked about the training. I saw the 10 pictures that went through an email. It was when everybody got here, we checked out our weapons on the range, made sure we could, they still launched a bullet downrange. We went through some mine awareness training. There's a picture of some people standing around the bicycle. We're just looking at all the places where a bad guy can pack explosives. We had a pretty good training class walking through the IED lanes, how to recognize stuff. Learned a lot how to make the things. And then we went through a vehicle rollover training. That's where you see the smoke and people's hair messed up in the pictures. Spin you around like a washing machine, turn out the lights, pump in the smoke, and take it out. People stepping on each other. It was what do you think of that? You haven't said anything yet. What did
I thought it was good training. I mean, it's kind of realistic. It goes around and around like a washing machine, like Sir said. But at the end of the day, the training that you take from it, I mean, if something, God forbid, something was to happen, I think we're best trained to make it out of the vehicles alive and get back to y'all.
That was better than anything we had at Knox.
When it does rain, it rains. Well, it doesn't really rain a lot, but the water doesn't go anywhere. Kind of like Iraq, it just kind of keeps building up, and it stinks really bad. I mean, that was kind of expected. About it.
Yeah, we got an outdoor sewage treatment plant that really doesn't treat that much. It's a good 200 yards across, and it's about a half mile
anybody have any questions? Any comments? Anything you want them to talk about? Well, around the room, sir, there doesn't seem to be any questions at this point. Probably at the next one or next couple of ones, there'll be some questions or some comments or discussion. But we just wanted to get an update.
I will tell you, it takes mail about 5 or 6 days to get here. I don't know how long it takes to get from here back to there. But
they say it takes a little longer, a few more days to get from here to there. But who mailed? I can't remember who mailed something, but it takes a little longer, like 3 days.
Like the average wait time is almost an hour. If you want to mail something home, so you got to find out what's when or the time of when you want to do it. If you do it around lunchtime, it's probably not a good time. You'll probably spend your whole lunchtime waiting in line.
yeah, I think we can drop a letter, but anything you got to pay postage on. Hey, come on in, come on in. Hey, welcome. Families here talking. Hey, yeah. That's our list here. We got families back there for Knox talking.
No, we didn't get the video, sir?
It didn't come through.
All right.
Well, okay, what you want to know?
As far as you're there, Randy.
I'm here.
She's here.
We heard squeak.
How you doing, hon?
I'm doing good too.
Hey, for all of you ladies here who have kids, I'll explain right now. The PX does not carry very many Mother's Day cards. They're about sold out every day. So put it in the alibi right now. 18,000 people on this base, and there's one shopette.
About as big as what the barber shop on close. Not big at all. Yeah, about as big as the shopette.
Yeah, where the gas station is.
Yeah.
So, sir, if we were to mail things over, what kind of things would you guys like for us to mail over in care packages?
Anything?
Hot sauce.
I can't get served with my syrup. Candy chips. Anything.
Anything edible.
Popcorn. I mean, you think it's small when you're back home, but when you're here, it kind of helps. Really does.
Okay.
Liquids, swimming.
Twizzlers?
I think like Gatorade powder that's not real sweet.
I was going to say either the Mio or the Mios are great. Yeah. That's what I'm using right now, or the Gatorade.
So if we mail it, do we mail everything straight to just Kandahar and then you guys can get it to the different locations?
Well, right now, if it's addressed to somebody in particular, we'll get it to where they're at. Because we have a few people that are moving around to Bagram Airfield or up to Kabul City. But those folks that are up there are linked into the units there, and they should just be telling y'all, hey, I'm in Kabul, use this unit address, and they'll pick it up from there. We just started sending people out the last several days. We're thinking about sending people over to an undisclosed location that you can describe, but the flight keeps getting bumped, so they're going to try again tomorrow to get over there. Yeah, they got bumped again the other night. There's about 4 up in there's about 5 up in Kabul right now and 3 up in the airport at Bagram. If you have a map of Afghanistan, then you'll know where I'm talking about. If not, they're just a commuter flight away.
Okay, sir. Roger. Thank you. I'll open it up to the floor for anybody that has any questions, and then we'll wait for a few minutes, sir, and then we'll let you go. If there's nothing else that you have for us.
Hey, jump on in.
Hey, Chris, can you talk about the TOA? When's that going to occur and all that?
Say again, please.
Can you talk about the TOA, the TOA? When that's going to occur?
Oh, you mean when we're going to take over from
Roger.
Yeah, we're learning our jobs. We're probably about 50% through the laundry list of things they wanted to teach us. They had about 1,600 separate things for us to learn, all on a checklist. So we're about halfway through. Some people have already started taking over and told their guy to get out of here, and I'll call you if I run into something you failed to teach me. It's going okay. They have about 25 more people than we do right now, so some sections are pretty stressed and pretty thin. So we're looking forward to those late deployers coming out here to us. But a lot of people are going to be doing a little bit different things in what their MOS is. We got hit up today for somebody to supervise a contract for a wash rack. Everybody's learning contracts about everything. It's pretty career broadening, I guess, is the polite term what the Army calls this stuff. So we got any other questions here? Because Sergeant Lake's chomping at the bit to go talk more with his wife over there.
Well, sir, I think that's it. I don't think there are any more questions or comments at this time, but we really appreciate you getting up at 02 in the morning to talk to us and give us some information on how life is there at Kandahar. We appreciate it.
Already up.
Yeah, we're already up. It's the night shift.
Oh, okay.
He's for everybody else. But you work the day shift, don't you? No. Yeah. Sergeant Lake, hey, you owe him. Did he get up or stayed up?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I just stayed up. Yeah. So
She would have been upset with me if I didn't.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, you had him quite housebroken.
Could we ask them one thing?
Yeah.
Sergeant Chester's there, right?
Oh,
Is Sergeant Chester there?
he is.
Okay. Could you ask him? Could he? Are they working on the other tough boxes? We have a couple of soldiers here that are still waiting on those.
About the 17 tough boxes.
Yeah, the 17 tough boxes.
Roger that. We're tracking those and trying to get them out real quick, like for you. I know you're missing them.
Are you going to be mailing them or shipping them government cargo?
We're shipping them. We can't get around it.
Roger.
They're already sealed up.
Oh, okay. Understandable.
If you on that box, on the outside of the box, if you're shipping them cargo, if they say JCS Alpha and have one of our contact phone numbers on there, then someone will call so we can get them.
Too easy.
Sergeant Chester said he'll make sure you get them, sir.
The last thing I
Thank you.
The last thing you do. Are there any more questions for us?
I don't know. I'll just leave it to Staff Sergeant Lay here. Jump in and put the chair. You there, Brandy?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. You got Connor there too?
He's in the other room.
Okay. How you doing?
Good.
All right. No, it's Connor.
Hey, sir, I do have one quick question for you. Do you still have somebody at Manus to receive the late deployers?
When we get the flight in, we'll put someone up there. We don't keep. It was some for Spouse Deputy Secretary, but he's not up there full time unless we have somebody coming in.
Okay, sir.
I will say something about getting here. It's taken people between a week and 2 weeks to get their sleep patterns straight. Lots of people waking up at odd hours and waking up at night, being kind of foggy in the daytime. Everybody goes through that. Not that many people have caught the Kandahar crud. Normally that's expected. Everybody gets a head cold, sinus cold, and just feeling bad. I got my little sewing kit out trying to keep it from getting too bad. The no water restrictions. Showers are hot. Porta potties get pumped out once a day. That's for around the offices. Around the living quarters, it's normal bathrooms like you find in any dormitory. And we've learned to appreciate British news. Cricket. Yeah, interesting game.
All right, sir. Thank you for the information. I think we'll let you go now. And we look forward to actually seeing you the next time we have a town hall.
Yeah, everybody's doing really good. I mean, no one's getting wigged out because this is so low stress compared to those of us that were over in Iraq and early on. This is like a field trip to a fixed facility. I mean, the hours are long. What they say here, the days are long, but the weeks fly by. It is really, it goes fast. There's always something to do, so you're never bored, and you just do it. I mean, everybody's pretty focused. It's nice here. Now, we'll never tell that to our friends when we're, back at the bars after we redeploy, but just being honest with you, what it's like.
Wish we were there, sir.
Oh, so do we.
Don't want to come off.
All right, sir. Well, I guess it's a good night for you, or a good morning.
All right, well, let's our late talk some more, because he's the only one that looks like it's got something to do.
Yeah.
Roger that, sir.
We'll tend to end it. To end it once I'm done.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
I guess to hang out. All right, take care.
Well,
Bye, Brandy. I guess, unless you're saying hello.
okay. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect. All right, great. So that gives us a little idea of what life is like right there in Kandahar and what they've kind of experienced up to this point. So what we'll try to do for future town halls is have the VTC out on operating, and so you can see them and you can talk back and forth. And hopefully they'll have more people there, so we'll be able to, you'll be able to see your loved ones on the VTC and get a chance to talk to them and ask questions and everything. We're going to go ahead now and just shift into the town hall meeting. First of all, I just want to thank all of you for coming to the town hall meeting. This is the first time we've tried this, so we really want some feedback from you as to what you would like to see at future town hall meetings, or if you want to have future town hall meetings. I think this is a good venue to get information out. We'll have community folks here, folks from the installation, to give you some good information and to keep you up to date on what's going on in the Fort Knox installation and in the Fort Knox community. So first up we have Miss Brenda Wetherington here from CYSS, and I'll turn it over to her so she can give you some good information on what she has to offer.
Good evening, everyone. I see familiar faces, fellow employees. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm just going to come around to the middle, if that's okay. Squeeze through, sorry. I am actually representing outreach tonight for CYSS, and that's Child, Youth, and School Services. But I am your school liaison officer for Fort Knox, so if there's ever any issues with your schools, I am your point of contact, okay? The first and foremost, the most important thing for spouses is to go ahead and get registered with CYSS, because there are benefits for you, okay? I brought a copy of your benefits. And what are your benefits for child care? It's worth getting registered. You get free child care, you get 20% off, full-time child care, you get the Blue Star program, You get that respite time that we know as a parent will need. There are just wonderful benefits for you that you can take advantage of. Who pays for that? Well, the Army Family Covenant is who's picking up the cost for that. And these are just brochures to tell you about your benefits, how your benefits are paid, how long you can receive your benefits, after redeployment, how long your benefits are available to you. All of that information is on the table. Our summer programs, our summer camps, we're taking registrations for that now. Our Devers Middle School and Teen Center is for 6th grade all the way through high school, and it's free. For our off-post communities, we bus from all of the north end of the county's middle schools and high schools to the installation, and those kids are allowed to stay there until 8 o'clock at night. So if you need that extra time, if you're working and you work irregular hours and you want your child in a safe environment and they're preteen or teenagers, that's a nice place to take them and to have them involved. We got our sports. We have our Caruso Youth Sports and Fitness that will have wonderful events going on all summer long. We'll have camps from our pre-toddlers all the way to high school. So there's a lot of information out there. One of the best ways to find out what's going on with MWR, to include that big umbrella of our CYSS, is to go on the website. And we can be found at knoxmwr.com. I have brochures on the Gammons on-site hourly child care. I think, really, I initiated this. I've been at Fort Knox for going on 13 years. We PCS'd here from Fort Richardson, Alaska. And there was no child care at the gyms. Oh, yeah, there was no ice. So I called the garrison. At the time, he was probably a Colonel Campbell at the time when we first arrived. And I said, you know what? I have this baby fat on me. I want to work out, but I have an infant, and I don't know what to do with my baby. I'm a stranger here, no family. Would like to have child care at the gym. Families, let me tell you, when you get great benefits and you don't take advantage of it, it goes away. It goes away. So take advantage. Tell friends. Now that baby, she's almost 13. She'll be 13 next month. And so now I don't need the child care. So it's worth taking advantage of things that are available to you at little to no cost. Okay? So it's worth it. It's worth that extra effort. I have, again, summer camp information, school-age center information, Devers Middle School and Teen Center, all about our programs, a brochure on what I do with school support services and my contact information. I have registration packets that I brought with me just in case you're not registered. And I guess that's about all that I have. Are there any questions of me? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I have 2 older boys who are in school, and I signed them up, but the issue is that they're telling me that there's no spots open, so there's no way to use the 16 hours of respite.
How old are your older
space?
How old are your kids?
6 and 10.
6 and 10. Are you talking about the after-school program for them,
No,
or the
just
hourly care? Yes, ma'am. We have free Saturday child care that's available. All you have to do is get registered. They take the registrations. There's always hourly care that's available, even for the school age. There are special opening dates that you can take advantage of for your 6 and 9-year-old as well.
But there's none during the week. That's only one day a month.
Well, can I actually, I'm an FCC provider, and if you get a hold of an FCC provider, we do all hours, all different hours.
And we can use our
And you can use your 16 hours.
Yes, you can. And I did bring FCC information as well.
Yes.
I'm covering all the bases tonight. I have information on all programs, including our sports. Another issue that I've come across that parents say, oh, we can't get an appointment for our kids. Oh, our shot records are not for Kentucky. Combat it early. For summer, there will be extra openings for the immunization clinic for you to get your kids shots so that they can be ready to go to school for the next school year. So that will happen during the summer for those extended hours of immunization. Appointments are difficult sometimes to get or obtain. Just say keep trying. Keep trying. I know everyone's busy and stressed. There's always a workaround.
It's just hard to make any plans when they tell you there's no openings. So,
Well, if they tell you there's no openings, ask for the alternative. And they should be given that information anyway, though. They should tell you, although there's no openings for your children for after-school program, we have FCC that's available. Okay? I brought the information that's on the table for you. No more questions? Did I cover all of the CYSS? Saturday, we have the 3-1 Welcome Home celebration. That's for all families. Just because it has 3-1 listed for Welcome Home, your soldiers will be coming home too. Welcome military families is what it should say. Okay, so you're welcome to come out. That's an MWR production. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll have Miss Sarah Thomas from Operation Faithful Support.
Hello. I want to thank you all for inviting me to come speak at the meeting. I'm with Operation Faithful Support, and I'll come around here. We are a pro-marriage support group for all the spouses of the deployed soldiers. We meet once a month, and it is we have topics that we talk about, and it's a facilitated discussion. And it's open to female and male spouses and other women deployed with this unit as well. So it's open to anyone that would like to come. We provide free child care. Our host facility is Lifeline Church in Radcliffe. That's where we meet every month. And we meet on the third Sunday of each month from 4 to 5:30 p.m. We are not affiliated with that church. They just host the event for us and provide the child care. And I have brochures here to hand out if anybody would like information. We have a website online. It's operationfaithfulsupport.com. And we also are on Facebook. And if you are interested in coming, we post our session invitation on Facebook, on our Facebook page. And we usually like to have RSVPs so that we know how many children we're going to have at child care. So I would like to invite you all. We had our first session last Sunday, so I recognize some of your faces from that session. And we'd love to have any of you. If you can't come every month, it's okay. You can come as you like. And it's also all age groups are allowed to come for the child care. They provide activities for the older kids, and they have a really good nursery. My kids stay in it as well. So if you have any questions for me, I'll be glad to field those at this time. I do want to add that it is run by military spouses. I am a 3-1 spouse. My husband just got back from deployment, and we are there as a support team for you. It is an additional resource for you to use and utilize during the deployment. We are not affiliated with the Army. It is a separate, we're just community-based. And Jill Bozeman is the director of the program. Her husband was with the 19th Engineers that deployed in 2009, and that's when she started this program. She saw a need because of marriages having problems during deployments and after the deployment. So we have sessions that go every month during the deployment, and then for a few months after they get back to be there for support. So, anybody have any questions for me? Our next session is May 20th. If you want to put it on your calendar, we will meet at 4 p.m. on May 20th. And I'll have these for you if you would like to come get them after everything's over with. You can come get these. Yes, 4 o'clock. And I also have, if you didn't come to the last session but you want to know what we talked about at the last session, I have the session notes from last session that you can pick up as well.
I was just going to, I like the last session, but if we're going to be out of town and we're going to miss the session, is there a way to get the...
Yes, we have the notes available. You can just are you on our Facebook wall yet?
Yes.
On our page, okay. Just let us know if you want them, and we'll email them to you, or we can give you a paper copy. Okay, thank you.
And then he's not going to make it. Okay. We have Mr. Bilbrey from Big Brothers Big Sisters, but he got caught up in traffic, so we're not sure if he's going to be here or when he's going to be here. So what I'd like to do is ask if Chief Core would talk to us a little bit about voting assistance.
Good evening. My name is CW3 Core. I'm on rear detachment. I'm the voting assistance officer for the rear detachment. However, I'm also here for you, for the family members. So if you're now a resident of Kentucky and you're going to vote absentee ballot this year, I'm here to assist you, and I brought some pamphlets tonight, which has the voting assistance program drawn out on the website. It goes step by step, and if there's any issues, I'm here during regular work hours. So, and then some. And I'm in the G4, but easy to get in contact with, and if you want to talk to me afterwards, just let me know and we'll set up an appointment.
Do you have a contact number?
Yes, I can provide the contact number on the brochures.
Okay. Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it. You're just a GI. Oh. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Which, here.
And I'll take this chance really quick just while they're setting up. Vivian is here. She is with the Blue Star Card program. If you brought your orders, she has all the paperwork here to get the cards out. We will have Michelle, sorry about that. Michelle coming next month to talk about the programs. But we strongly recommend that you go ahead and register now, and you can take advantage of the amazing opportunities that they have for us. Activities, events, and such. So she has all the paperwork here that you can do it tonight or come into ITR during the day or into the Blue Star Card office also in
Hansen Center.
Hansen Center. Thank you.
I got one question from Facebook on CYSS.
Yes.
Is there discounts for the summer camps?
Yes, there are. There are. I have copies of which benefits are, and there's also discounts for multi-children as well as the deployment, with deployment orders. Okay?
You got us live on Facebook too? That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Yeah.
For those of you who aren't aware, Sergeant First Class Green is our PAO, Public Affairs Officer, and what he's done, he's set up the Facebook page, our 3rd ESC Facebook, and he's blogging. So for those families who are out of town, or if you're going to be out of town during the time that we have a town hall, you can actually log on to the Facebook page and write questions in reference to the topics, or any question that you may have. And he's typing it in as we're talking, answering questions via the blog. So that's another way to stay informed and stay in touch with what's going on if you're out of town, or if you're just geographically not located here geographically.
Sergeant, could you share that they get up to $300 for SKIES classes per child and up to $100 for CYSS teams and individual sports per child? So yes, it's worth being registered. $300 for our SKIES classes. When I say SKIES, that's your taekwondo, your gymnastics, your cheerleading, your individual instructions, piano, guitar. Your team and individual sports is your youth sports. $300 for SKIES, $100 for youth sports.
Good evening. Thank you for having me, first of all. My name is Ryan Bilbrey. I'm the military mentoring specialist with Big Brothers Big Sisters in Kentuckiana. Some of us may have already met. A little bit of background as to why I was brought in with our recent military mentoring grant is that I'm a veteran myself, an Army MP, and served in OIF 3. I had been a Big Brother in the program for a couple years before being employed with Big Brothers Big Sisters, and a youth counselor, so I feel like I can attest to the high standards and the impact that our program has on children, as well as give a real perspective to the experience of mentoring. Apparently, my thumb drive did not come through for us. I had a PowerPoint for you all, but I'll walk through it, and Mr. Kirchhoff has been nice enough to post this on the page for 30SC, and we'll post an update to it. Just giving a brief overview of, well, and I'd like to say, as a veteran and how close this program is to my heart, I'm very, very thankful for the opportunity to be able to serve and add support to military families. Kind of going over Big Brothers Big Sisters, who we are. Big Brothers Big Sisters is the nation's oldest, largest volunteer and sponsor donated mentoring network. The Kentuckiana affiliate has been open since 1967, and we are one of the top 20 performing agencies in the country. We are an affiliate of the national Big Brothers Big Sisters, and we serve 10 counties in Kentucky, 3 counties in Indiana, and that does include Hardin County and a lot of the surrounding counties around Fort Knox. Our mission is to provide any child facing adversity with professionally supported one-to-one mentoring, and when we say adversity, there's no degree to that. A lot of people have the misconception that a little in our program may be a bad kid. We don't have any bad kids. They may come from single-parent households or incarcerated parents, but the fact of the matter is we have children from all different backgrounds with all different families. We have affluent family, 2-parent families who just work a lot and could use a little bit of extra support. Our vision is that all children succeed in life. We try to make sure we hold ourselves accountable for the children in our program achieving higher aspirations, especially educationally, greater confidence, better relationship building better relationship building skills with family, peers, friends, avoidance of risky behaviors, and we even go so far as to say with the way that they talk to their parents and respect. And we really focus on educational success. We do that by partnering with the parent, the volunteer, and the child. It is really a partnership to make sure that with communication we're able to address any concerns for additional coaching, training, offer anything that we can do to make the match more beneficial for the child and the volunteer as well, but the focus is really on the children. What we do is match volunteers from our community with children. And right now we have a large grant to provide our services to children with a military parent service member. We're looking to make 70 new matches under this grant. And there's 2 programs that we generally take part in. We have a site-based program that takes part in school, during school, or after school, and it meets once a week for about an hour, and that's generally for volunteers who need a little more structure and maybe don't have as much experience with children. And then our more traditional program is our community-based program that a lot of people are familiar with, where a volunteer over the age of 18 will coordinate with the parent to do 2 to 3 outings a month in the community. And that offers a little bit of flexibility with the parent and the volunteer working on availability and times. And we also have other programs, specialty programs, that really pertain to this military mentoring as far as kind of the transient nature of, possibly having to be deployed or going to different military schools. We have couples matching where we can bring in a couple to mentor one child, so that if one of the partners in the process has something coming up, they're still a consistent member in their family. And as I mentioned, military mentoring is something that we're getting off the ground here just for military children. Generally, our kids, we enroll between the age of 7 and 16, and they can be in the program up until 18. We strive for graduation. That's where we see like the greatest results, but we understand that life happens and it won't always make it to that point, but we focus on structured closures. All the children and the families have to want to be in the program. We will not enroll a child who doesn't want to be in the program. As I mentioned, all different backgrounds, all different varying degrees of need with our children. The only children that we can't serve are children that have extreme severe emotional or behavioral problems, children who cannot communicate, or children who cannot use the restroom on their own because it wouldn't be safe for us to enroll them in the program. The children, parents, and the volunteers all go through a similar enrollment process that involves an orientation, some trainings, and an interview based on preferences and background. So we don't just match two people together. We really look at what's going to make the most quality match for the child and the volunteer. Last year we served 27 children with military parents or guardians, and as I stated, this year we're trying to get up to that 70 matches. And a large majority of that we see being in proximity to Fort Knox. We're also serving the Guard, the National Guard, and reservists in our serving counties. Child safety is our top priority, and that all starts with the enrollment process. I can attest to, as being a big brother, that it's a very stringent process. We can enroll a child in a day, but with a volunteer, it could take anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks because we are very thorough about how we do things. Any volunteer that comes in is going to, after putting their application in, we do a series of multiple mandatory background checks. We've actually added an additional national check just for military mentoring to add a little bit of extra assurance. Each volunteer has to have a minimum of 3 reference checks that come back positive. If one of those come back negative or kind of sketchy, they may be rejected at that point. We do our in-person interview, which helps us to, all staff has been highly trained to look out for indicators of child safety issues. And we assess the volunteers' home environment and their appropriateness to being a mentor with a child. And when it comes to accepting volunteers, that's not a place where one person makes that decision. We all give kind of second-party checks looking over to see if we've missed anything. And overall, it goes up all the way up our chain before a volunteer is accepted into the program. And then child safety does not stop there. Each match is assigned a match support specialist. And the match support specialist is there to provide ideas for activities, for educational activities. We have a lot of generous sponsors who donate tickets to different events, so we are able to offer a little bit of assistance in keeping it a low or no cost relationship, so that there's really a focus on the relationship building and not on just going out and doing something really fun. It's getting to know each other and build a relationship. The match support specialist also helps to ensure child safety. In the first year of the match, we do a monthly check-in with every party, with the parent, guardian, the child, and the volunteer, and we go over that to kind of get that line of communication, see if there's any discrepancies, and it helps us to identify not only any child safety issues, but if there's any area where the volunteer could use a little bit of extra training, if there's any issues that are coming up, we're there every day. We're available every day for anybody in the party to call for a little bit of assistance on how to address any issues or conflicts that may come up in the match. When we, kind of say, well, why big brothers, big sisters? What's the purpose? What is the benefit? We talk about short-term impact and long-term change. We ask all of our volunteers that they commit to at least a 1-year volunteer experience. And the reason why is because recent studies have shown that at the 1-year point is right when the children start to yield the most benefits from our programs. And we found that if we have early closures, 2 to 3 months, it actually has a detrimental effect on the child. So a year may sound like a long time to some volunteers, but through some of the independent studies that we've had, it shows that year impact leaves a lifelong impact on the child and leads to positive outcomes. In turn, this leads to better schools, stronger neighborhoods, better communities, and there is a chain there where the child is more likely as an adult to get involved in community services or take on some of the influence of the mentor, such as with this military mentoring, would probably have a little bit of an influence on children possibly joining the military as they get older. And when we say our programs start something, it's not so much an opinion. We have the independent survey done by private ventures that showed that children in our programs are more likely to have better relationships with family, friends, and peers, much higher aspirational goals as far as education goes, finishing high school, attending college, and more than 90% of our little brothers and sisters report improved confidence and improvement in grades. Is really huge for us. As adults, the littles who were matched in our program are more likely to achieve higher levels of education, a higher household income, more likely to engage in community service, as I mentioned. And if anyone's interested in it, or if we have any educators here, you can always go to our website at www.bbbsky.org and I'll provide more information. But our study is on there under impact, and you can look it over and see the impact that Big Brothers Big Sisters has on a child. As far as military mentoring goes, we have 370 local affiliates across the country, and a third of those affiliates have had military mentoring programs. In the past, that has been defined as any match that has a child with a service member, parent or guardian, or a mentor who has been in the military or had military experience. With our grant, it's specific to the children. We are focusing on serving military children, and a secondary objective is to try to engage as many active duty, guard, reservist, former retired military, even military schools as volunteers. And that can get a little bit tricky, as I mentioned, with deployments and not knowing about that 1-year commitment. But we work on that when we go through the interview and preferences. It is not limited to military experience. We will have volunteers who don't have any military experience, but are quality volunteers who met the criteria. And I see the civilian population in and around Fort Knox being a huge part of that. The program for military mentoring provides additional support to military families and children. Is as rich of an experience as a military child has growing up. It's very unique, but I'm sure you all know there's a lot of unique challenges to face as well, such as deployment cycles that disrupt the family. Having family members who are geographically dispersed has become a big one that's come up lately, and having that deployed parent absent for some significant events. Some of the success stories that we've had, and I'd love to have this up for you all. We recently received a thank you letter from one of our local parents. This is Miss Angie Redding, and she sent us a thank you letter that reads, "Thank you so much for your support of our Elizabethtown Big Brothers Big Sisters. I know personally that this program has been such a great help to my family. My girls face multiple deployments with the Army. Their father's gone so much, and this program fills a void for my girls. Thank you." Miss Redding has 3 girls who have all been a part of our program at one time or another, and we are in the process of rematching one of those girls right now under this military mentoring program. Another success story that I had for you that I won't read off verbatim, is a mother in the Air Force who faces a lot of short-term deployments, 4 months at a time, and she enrolled her 11-year-old daughter in the program, and since then, her 26-year-old volunteer, Kirsty Gerber, has become like part of the family, as quoted, and the mother has reported that she is seeing huge improvements in her child's grades, her self-confidence, and her relationship skills, and talks a lot about how wonderful the experience that her child is having with her big. We refer to them as littles and bigs. One big thing to get across when it comes to the military mentoring program is the role of the big, is what they are. A big is absolutely not a replacement for a parent who is deployed or away. They're not there to fill that void. They're there to be just an additional member to that child support system who can provide some consistency and an adult friend through a safe, structured relationship. A few other reasons they're just a little light to consider taking advantage of enrolling. One, our program is absolutely free. There's no cost to the parent at all, the family. The cost of the activities is on the volunteer, but as I said, we focus on low or no cost, and we try to provide activities for the matches. From where I'm standing, I don't think anybody at a place where they couldn't use another consistent member of their support system, and that's simply what a big is, as well as an additional positive role model that can help to assist in achieving the greatest outcomes for these children. And, as I stated, the role of the big is not to be a parent. The focus is on children, but it also provides some support to parents, especially if you're facing, your significant other being deployed. That's someone that can be there to, take the child out 2 to 3 times a month, give you a little bit of a break, and also, give the child a sounding board, a place to speak about what's going on without. Oftentimes, you've probably heard that a lot of military children are taking on some extra responsibility, or they notice how much responsibility that the service member or the parent at home is taking on, and it kind of prohibits them or makes them feel hesitant to discuss their worries. So, it's nice to have just an outside member to take that relief on for the child. And I think it's always great to have exposure of another person's life experiences and their background, and that only adds to military children already have this wonderful depth of exposure to different cultures, different backgrounds, and this is just adding another member who can come in and share a new perspective on things. If anyone is interested in more information or enrolling their children, you can always visit our website and click on enrollment. You can call our Elizabethtown branch. I'll provide not only numbers, but I have some flyers to disperse. With my job being military mentoring specialist, I'm available all the time. My cell phone number's on the card. It's on everything, because I want to be available for any information that anybody needs or anything that they need at any time. And I believe that Miss Kirchhoff and Mrs. Schuster have enrollment forms as well, so you can always check in with them about the program and enrollment. But always feel free to give me a call, get in contact if you need any more information, if there's anything you'd like to know. I will have some flyers if anyone would like some of my cards, and if anybody has any questions after we're through, please feel free. I would love to talk about the program and fill you in. And lastly, I'd just like to say, on behalf of Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Kentuckiana, we would like to sincerely thank the 3rd Expeditionary Sustainment Command and the families, because we know that the soldiers aren't the only ones serving. We're honored to provide additional support to any families that would like to participate in our programs, and our thoughts and best wishes will be with you and your families. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions of Mr. Bilbrey? Well, that's all we have as far as the agenda items are concerned, but if there's any other areas that you want to cover, any other items that you want to talk about?
That address we got from our spouses, is that correct, or is there a change?
The mailing address for the packages? They sent you a mailing address?
No, we got it for the 11th. Like, is that still the same?
That's still the same. Yeah.
Even though they've all been kind of moved around.
Yeah. And that's what I was getting at with Colonel Wicker, is that everything can go into Kandahar, and if they're in different places, they'll make sure that the packages gets to your soldier if they've gone to someplace other than Kandahar. We know that some are in Bagram, some are in Kabul City right now, and some may go to an undisclosed location. So the packages will go to Kandahar and then get dispersed from there. But your soldier might send you another, or maybe a better mailing address from where they're located, and you could use that once they get to where they're going to be. Anything?
We do have a questionnaire that we'd like to give out, just to get some feedback to see what you would like to see at the town hall meetings in regards to speakers, also our events coming up, what kind of events you'd be interested in, so I'll get those.
I'll just cover a few more things about the Blue Star card. Just to let everyone know, I'm not the Blue Star card representative. I'm actually from the ITR office, but I'm the person that issues the cards. So if you haven't already gotten your card, come to the ITR office. We're inside the Hansen Center. They're located between the Gammon Gym and the Autocraft Center, across from where the new WTU is being built behind the hospital. So the best way to find us is between the Gammon Gym and the Autocraft Center. The ITR office is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. And like I said, I'm the person who issues the card. So if you don't see me there, there's only one other person in the office who does issue the card, but Michelle Sharp is the point of contact. And on the back of this pamphlet, I wrote, her phone number is on here. I wrote her name for you. And if you haven't already seen the information in this pamphlet, it has the facilities that honors the Blue Star card. One that is not listed on here that I've handwritten on here is the Louisville Zoo. For many of you that aren't familiar with the Blue Star Card program, the Blue Star Card program is only currently available at 3 installations. We're the newest of the 3 installations. The largest installation, or the installation that has the largest participation of the Blue Star Card program, is Hawaii. And that program has been in place for such a long time that the local community, the vendors, stores, companies, are actually offering discounts and programs and things like that to the Blue Star card holders. Please keep in mind the Blue Star card is a program for the spouses of deployed soldiers. It's come up, a question has come up a couple of times if the card is available for the children. It is for the spouses. Let me see what else. So anyway, that was mentioned, that with participation, the more participation there are with this program, the more it gets out to the community, the more the community will probably be interested in trying to extend their services, their programs. So we were excited that the Louisville Zoo is extending a free entrance with your Blue Star card. I did bring the price list for the ITR office because if you go to the zoo with your card, you still got to buy tickets for anybody else with you. So we do sell the tickets at the ITR office for that. I do have a list of some of the events that are coming up, the Blue Star card events. One that I thought was personally of interest to me is there's free Zumba classes on the 1st, the 15th, and the 29th of May at the Hansen Center. So you do have to have your Blue Star card. You do have to make reservations according to this. So again, Michelle's phone number is on the back. On the 11th of May at the Fiddler's Green, there is a Military Spouse Appreciation Day from 11 to 1. The first 100 spouses that come and attend will get a flowers given to them. And all military spouses in attendance will be given an opportunity to register for 2 free general admission tickets to the concert on the 23rd. If you haven't already heard, we have a concert here on Post once a year. The concert that we have this year is Styx and REO Speedwagon. There was some question as who was the lead act. It has always been REO Speedwagon and Styx. So they are still the lead act. And for the Blue Star card holders, when you show your Blue Star card at the ITR office, the tickets are $20. And that is throughout the whole time. We have a pre-sale going on, and it's $25 for everyone else, $20 for active duty. The pre-sale ends tomorrow. So starting on Monday, anybody else that wants to buy tickets, it's $30 for them. But for Blue Star card holders, it is still $20. And I believe, and I'm not 100% sure, that's why I'm directing you back to Michelle, that I think there is a section at the concert that is reserved for the Blue Star card holders, like a seating section specifically for the Blue Star card holders. There's also, she also gave me this handout. USAA is offering a $50 Thanks a Bunch dining gift card for only $8. So I have the information here to give to you with the website that you can go to. There's a pool party on the 3rd of June from 1 to 6. Last year, because the unit that was deployed was so large, they actually had to close the water park for that unit. With our unit, it's not as big, but they have a section closed off for us. And it, with your participation, there'll be music, free hot dogs, chips, and soda while supplies last. And from what I understand, it was it was a really popular event. It was everyone had a great time. When I spoke to Michelle and I asked her, what other things that she's going to have going on, she is in the process of trying to put more events and activities. So, feel free to share your ideas. She is open to ideas of other activities. Last year they had a luncheon on board the Belle of Louisville. She had a shopping trip up to the outlet center in Ohio or Indiana, one of the two. Was it in Ohio? Okay. So I know, and then she was talking about a zip line, Cave City or something like that. They did a zip line at Mega Cavern. So she's really trying to, she said she's got the funding to have this. One of the things that she did want to make sure that everyone is aware is that with the child care, and this is something I do explain to everybody when I'm issuing the cards, is that many of her events, there's times where she's limited to the number of seats or attendees that she can have. And so if you see something on the Facebook page for Blue Star Card or the Knox MWR page and it says reservations and you want to go, make sure you call her right away and get your name in there, because if the spot fills up, unfortunately she can't do anything beyond that. With the child care, she has to have a minimum of 15 children in attendance for an event in order to have the child care covered. If she doesn't, she has to call you and say, I'm sorry, I can't you can't have your children taken care of. You'll have to find a babysitter if you want to go. So she's had to do that a couple of times recently. She felt really bad. So hopefully you'll put the word out to everybody so that she'll have the people to take care of your kids. That's it.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Well, that's all we had for the formal portion. There's a lot of great information. Make sure you stick around and talk to the guest speakers that were here today and ask any questions that you have and pick up the pamphlets and information. And then please let us know what you would like to have for the future town hall meetings and FRG events and what venues you'd like to have them. If this isn't the best place to have them, let us know and we'll look at someplace else. Maybe the bar, library, or bowling alley. It doesn't really matter. You let us know where you'd like to meet and what kind of activities that you're interested in, and we'll put that together for you. So thank you for coming. We certainly do appreciate it, and we'll see you next month.
One more thing, we're just going to let you know that FRG event coming up will be a Mother's Day movie here. Moms, dads too, if you're here, come on in, watch a chick flick. We'll get some popcorn, snacks, drinks, and everything. The kids will be next door. We'll have some people over there with the kids. They'll be doing Mother's Day crafts, as well as we'll put together some crafts to send down range as well. You guys will get a little break with some adults. The kids are all taken care of right next door, so if there's an issue, you don't have to worry because you can go over and change the diaper for us. So please come to that. That's going to be because I need to get an idea of how many kids will be there for craft items. Okay?
What day is that?
That is Friday, May 11th. I'm sorry. And that's gone out in the email, but I will send that out again very soon. Okay?